Ronnie Weaver was his name, chasing dreamers still his game. Every time that we would see him, we were so glad he came. Ronnie Weaver was his name, playing Lynyrd Skynyard was his fame. Had a kiss hat on his head, always kept the jukebox fed. He'd make us stand up every time he played Freebird. The others at the Waffle House, they stood along. Oh, they stood along. Tipped their hats, crossed their hearts when he played that song. Ronnie Weaver was his name. Nobody knew from where he came. Down some Georgia road, nobody really knows. He'd pull in his pickup truck. It was green and it had a clutch, and it did not take too long before you'd hear a Skynyard song. He'd make us stand up every time he played Freebird. All the others in the Waffle House, they would do the same. We'd do the same. We tipped our hats, crossed our hearts, and felt his pain. He was a legend in our minds, just a little bit behind from what the kids they hear today with the music that they made. And it was not that long ago, as time begins to flow, and you could hear a song from way back then. It takes you back there once again. 'Cause these kids don't know about a sweet home in Alabama, or the ballad Mr. Curtis wrote. I heard about a simple man now that Tuesday's gone, or a song that's called Freebird. Makes you wanna sing along. Ronnie Weaver was his name, chasing dreamers still his game. Every time that we would see him, we were so glad he came. Ronnie Weaver was his name, and playing Skynyard was his fame. He wore a kiss hat on his head, always kept the jukebox fed. And we'd stand up every time he played Freebird. All the others in the Waffle House would stand along. We'd all stand along. Tipped our hats, crossed our hearts when he played that song. Tipped our hats, crossed our hearts when he played that song.